Let's talk about it. Mass layoffs in 2025. Let's get into the clips.
Not how I wanted to start my 2025. I was just laid off. This is actually the first time I've ever been laid off, so I don't really know what to even do or how to process anything. I just dropped off my laptop. It sucks the most because I seriously was only at this company for 2 months. I literally got this job in October and loved every single second of it. Unfortunately, the company was acquired and a lot of us were let go. Nothing you can do about it, but it definitely sucks. I have no idea what I want to do. I don't know if I want to even keep working for a company or what. I got my real estate license back in early October. I'm like, maybe I should just pursue that. But I also really liked the idea of having like a stable income with a job. I'm also getting married this year and have lots of expenses. So yeah, I still know it's going to be a great year. Like, I'm truly trying to be positive. I know everything happens for a reason, but yeah, I guess we'll see what happens.
Mm, Definitely a very tough predicament to be in, to get a new job, only be there for 2 months, only for the job to be acquired by another company, and then they let you go. Very tough. Like I said, especially in these days and times, it's so important to have multiple streams of income. Um, Again, like I said, it may suck to have to, put in work after your 9 to 5. They call it what your 6 to 10. But when you have situations like this, having an additional source of income definitely comes in handy.
Y'all, am I the only one? But did you hear about the mass layoffs of meteorologists across the country because I guess it's a rollout of a new weather format? And I know, I've been talking about AI, but I know we are definitely in the age of artificial intelligence, but technology advancement. Now, I'm reading this article, and this article is from Newsweek. Okay, let me just let you see the article. Newsweek, right? And it's talking about how a number of meteorologists have been laid off because of this new implementation of weather format. That means they are no longer needed. All right, so as I continue to read the article, it does mention AI has the potential to track local events, including weather, and also scrape data more effectively and efficiently. Okay, y'all, this is what I'm talking about. This is how AI can quickly move in and take the human element out of it. Now, my empathy goes out to anyone and everyone who has lost a job through just even prior to this administration, being put in office, but even prior to, because the job market right now is challenging, really, really challenging. So if you know anyone who's lost a job, y'all definitely offer your support, guidance, and if you can share a role, share a resource, now is the time. Okay, now is the time.
Mm, Definitely was not aware of this new, I guess, some type of AI technology that's causing meteorologists to be laid off. Very interesting. First time me hearing of such a thing. Let me know in the comments below if we have any meteorologists who have heard of this, I guess, AI technology that's causing some meteorologists to lose their job. Again, like I said, this is a very tough job market to be in. It definitely favors um, employers and not employees. So you definitely have to make sure you're on your game right now.
I think I'm getting laid off today. My boss sent me and my entire team a message a couple days ago to come in this morning in office, bring all of our equipment, and join a meeting at 10 a.m. called discussion. So I got the calendar invite of death, the meeting that is looking like I'm about to be laid off with my team. So I'm on the way to the office and let's see what happens. Okay, I'm outside of the office. I'm going in. My meeting is in 3 minutes. Wish me luck. Yep, just got fired. So we're officially fun employed. This is my notice of termination. Of course, it's soaking wet because my water spilled all in my bag. Anyways, this is now a Fun Employed page. Follow me for more Fun Employed content. Please drop any suggestions in the comments of how I should spend my time now. Any really meticulous hobbies that take a really long time to do, this is my time to shine. And also, if you have any ideas for jobs for me that require really little effort, pay a lot of money, and don't really take that much time, let your girl know, because I will be laughing instead of crying through the pain.
Hopefully she'll be able to leverage her social media presence and maybe find some new type of employment.
Okay, so just my 2 cents in regards to the tech layoff. I unfortunately was in that wave of people who got laid off. So a little bit about me and my career path. Before breaking into tech, I worked in the mortgage industry. During the pandemic, everyone was refinancing, so I was able to make a salary plus bonus because at that time interest rates were low and everybody was refinancing, which means we had a lot of business. I got laid off this time last year, so about January, February, from my mortgage industry job. I was an underwriter. A couple months later, I found a job with an IT consulting company, and one of our clients was or is the social media platform for business professionals. I'm not going to say the name, but you can put 2 and 2 together. So 8 months later, I got laid off. The good thing about my company is instead of laying you off, I had a couple of different options. I could either take a severance package and get a lump sum. I want to say it was 6 to 8 weeks worth of pay, or I can find other positions within the company, and that is what I did. Luckily, yesterday I just found out that I am moving to a different department and actually doing technical skills. So that's just a little bit about me. The moral of this story is, and what I want to share is a couple of things that I learned during this time. One is to always have options, okay? And when I mean options, always have something lined up. Always seek out more and better. As you see, when companies have to make layoffs or have to make adjustments, they do. The same should go for you. If you have to make an adjustment, if you have to look for more pay, if you have to look for a better work environment, do what's best for you. Next thing is going to be saving. I know sometimes it can be difficult depending on your living circumstances, budget, debt, all that kind of stuff, but you always want to have some sort of saving. My mom always used to tell me, pay yourself before you pay anybody. And what that does is forces yourself to work within a restricted budget. So let's say I get paid $100. The first thing I do is save $20 for me. So now instead of my $100 that I normally get, I can only work within the $80 budget. So saving is going to be crucial. The next thing is going to be seeking out further education. So I have a bachelor's degree, but I also have several certifications just to make me a more well-rounded candidate. I'm going to make a part 2, so just stay tuned.
Shout out to her, and she definitely gave some great tips. Number one, you definitely always want to pay yourself first. You definitely want to make sure you're investing into some type of retirement vehicle that has some type of, compound interest so you secure your future. Um, Secondly, one thing that she mentioned, well, secondly, she worked for a great company that gave her some alternatives as far as severance pay or transferring to a different area within the company. Um, One thing I really think that saved her, it sounded like she had multiple different skill sets. So her having that multiple different skill sets and always investing in herself, she was able to transfer those skills over to a different department. Again, you never want to get too comfortable, especially in this type of job climate, because you never know what's around the corner. You want to keep your skills sharp. You want to keep adding certifications so you can stay ahead.
I received an email from my boss's boss that we have to have an emergency mandatory meeting today, and HR was CC'd on it. Are we getting laid off? I am so scared because I've never been laid off before. I don't know if they're going to give us severance packages. When you get laid off, do they say it's immediate or you work for till the end of the month? I don't know how this works. This cannot be happening. This was not on my bingo card for 2025. Like, I'm supposed to be buying a house this year. Like, this was my first job after leaving my toxic marriage. I was a stay-at-home mom for 4 years. Like, I don't see why they just can't give me a severance package for 3 to 6 months. Because, I mean, they're not going to be paying my $100,000 salary. What they going to do with the money? Just give it to me so that I can be able to make it go through and last a little bit until I can find a job. Do you know how long it took me to find a job? Do you know how long it takes to find a job with a master's degree? I know it's diabolical that we can't get a job in 2 days. But this, oh my God, I'm so nervous. And then the only way I make extra income is here on TikTok and with digital products. Now TikTok about to be gone. Supreme Court meeting today. What? Oh my God. Jesus. I want to just cry, but I can't. And I don't want my kids to know. Because when I was going through my divorce, I had to get on food stamps and I had to go to the church line to get food. We were in poverty. I don't want to go back to that. I don't want to go back to poverty. I'm not crying over here. I gotta go. Let's pray they don't ban TikTok. And I guess I'm gonna start, creating content on YouTube. So follow my YouTube. It's in the link in my bio. I guess it's just I said I wanted to be a full-time content creator, but I need my job to buy a house. Lord.
Well, the one thing she does have going for it is TikTok at the moment is back up and running. So it sounds like she already has, she already was producing content on TikTok. So she should be able to do that uninterrupted.
The hardest part of being laid off is really realizing that these people are just not your friends. I worked with these people for 2 years. I got laid off in August. It is now the end of January. I have not heard from anybody, not one person. But what I can see is them looking at my LinkedIn, stalking my LinkedIn. I could see you when you do that. But it's you work with these people for years and they don't care about you. But then on the other hand, if you aren't social with them, then you're a bitch and you are also on the chopping block. So you can't win. No, I was not laid off due to any performance. In fact, my performance was phenomenal. I blew it out the water. I know my salary was a little bit higher than everyone else's, so I'm just going to chalk it up as that. But when you're either not personable enough or too personable, you will always be on the chopping block. Especially if you're a person of color, I have to. So I gotta overlaugh, overperform, go to these happy hours that I probably don't even want to go to because honestly, I don't like drinking at work no more. All for y'all to just forget about me. I have to create fake friendships that take my energy from my real people for y'all really not to give 2 craps about me. Anyway, I'm interviewing today. I have 4 interviews this week. I've just done 1. I have 1 more today and then 2 more later on this week. Wish me luck, guys. I really need a job.
With these jobs, you got to understand, they don't care about you. Your coworkers that you think are your friends, again, as soon as you leave that job, you're probably never going to hear from 95% of them ever again. You just have to understand it's not personal, it's just business.
Y'all, for as long as I live, I would never ever give my all to a company, to a job ever again in my life. So I told y'all Friday that I got fired from my job or whatever, right? 5 years. Okay. It's cool. It stung a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. And it stung because of how it happened. Okay. So boom, I get fired on Friday, probably 10:30 in the morning, right? So I get let go, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm sitting in my car for a good probably 30 minutes after that, because I'm just what now? To be honest with y'all, I was ready to go. The retail management, it ain't for the weak. I was ready to go, but that's not the point. The reason why I was a little upset at how it happened was because I'm sitting in my car, maybe about 30 minutes later, one of my ex-supervisors, called me and was like, why they got the new store manager already here? Didn't even let me get a chance to warm my car up. Like, already had a new store manager, like, just replace me like that. That's just crazy to me. After all I did for this position, for that store, you know what I'm saying? For them to just let me go the way that they did and have somebody come in just like that, it's just crazy. And I'm here to tell you, do not give your all to these companies. Do the basic bare minimum, because when it's time for them to let you go, they ain't gonna care. They're gonna just be like, all right, you can go. But when you're ready to go, it's a process. Anyways, I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It do sting a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. But stop giving your all to these companies, and I just know I have a bigger purpose, and that's fine, because I know that what I've been praying for all these years is finally coming to fruition. So I'm good. I'm good. They can have fun with that.
Sounds like they had this lined up in the works for some time because it's, again, no way within 30 minutes of them firing you, they already had the new store manager there. This is something, like I said, they had planned, and you've been on the chopping block for some time now. But let me know in the comments below, how do you feel about these mass layoffs in 2025? I look forward to hearing from you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.